Hello everyone. So in this session, we are going to discuss how we can create our own AI model using Google AI Studio. Now, there is no such compulsion to know any coding language. You can simply give a prompt to any AI model, get the code and deploy it. The thing which is required here is a Google's developer account, which can be created with any Google account. You just need to sign up on their platform. You can search Google developers account and you will be able to create an account and sign up. Okay, using any existing Google account. Second thing which we need is a hosting platform. Google provides you with an API key, but Google will not provide you with a hosting solution. Okay, that needs to be taken care of by you only. Now, in order to host an application or host a model, you need a hosting provider, which can be Streamlit, Carido, Heroku, etc. There are several providers. We will be using Streamlit because Streamlit is the most easy and the most effective hosting platform, and it's based on community cloud. Okay, so you don't need to pay anything for it. So let's start creating our own model. First things first, you need to select the Gemini model. We have options of multiple models. Now I'll provide you with some insights on the models. Gemini 1.5 was the most basic model which was launched with advanced text generation capabilities. Then came 1.5 Pro model, which was having a higher token rate and low latency. Then 1.5 Flash. So I used it in multiple applications and it was very good text-based generation model. And Flash 8B, it was a little, it was having a little more latency. So it was subjective. So its usage was subjective based on the developer. And here comes the latest model 2.0. It has the image generation capabilities as well and analyzing the images. So the 1.5 model, if it was used in your application previously, it didn't had any image generation or image analysis properties. Okay. We would be using 2.0, which is the latest model. Here token count is given. So up to 1 million token, it's free. After that, you will need to enable your billing account. There, then there is temperature. So what do we mean by temperature? So when a response is generated, it is generated on a custom model. For example, if you are using ChatGPT's 4.0 model, it has certain configurations, okay, which limits its creativity or the way it generates the text. Okay, so that is based on the temperature. So it's not auto adjusted at all. It is already hard coded in the model. Okay, here we are going to select the base temperature, which is the base creativity by default. Then we have structured output. So what do we mean by structured output? It won't give you any randomized text generation. It will give you in a structure which can be converted into later PDF or JSON file, something similar. Okay. Then there's code execution. Now, code execution is very subjective in nature. If you are willing to create your own web-based development platform, then it can be useful. Else, if you are just looking for a text-based generation solution, then you can ignore this. Function calling. If you are going to use an API with this Gemini API for the integration, then you can use this and you can add your own stopping of the model's output or you can edit the safety settings as well. Output length is again subjective. If you want that on each prompt, maximum number of characters should be generated, then you can leave it as it is because this is the maximum output length. If I reduce this to 2500, then only 2500 characters will be generated when I provide a prompt to the model. Okay. Then there is one more setting which we would be looking afterwards, which are the advanced features. As of now, we are just seeing basic model generation. Now I'll click on get code. Now there are two options. Okay, so you can also get started with the Colab, but Colab may not be very much secured. So you should always prefer your hosting provider like Streamlit or Garrido. Okay. Here there is the code given already. So additionally, you don't need to generate from ChatGPT. If you want to modify, then you can use some Gemini model or ChatGPT to just provide you with the front end code. Okay. Then this was the code. We are going to host it, but in some time, once we cover all the other factors. Then there is stream real time. Now, as mentioned earlier, Google Gemini 2.0 is the latest model and it has all the latest features. And latest features include screen sharing, video upload, video analysis, breaking down into subsegments. There are multiple features which can be looked after in the documentation. Then output text, code execution, function calling, automatic function response, and grounding. Okay. So if you get the code and if you enable the screen sharing on your own platform, then it would be able to transcript on real time. Audio will be transcripted, screen sharing will be analyzed, video will be analyzed, etc. etc. If there is a code execution, then that would also be done live. Okay. This is the benefit. And this is available only on the 2.0 Flash model. That's it. Okay. Then there are starter apps. Starter apps are just templates. You can just get the code and deploy it on the platform. Okay. And if you want to tune a model, now we are going to see if you have a structured prompt as in if you are looking to create an AI model which specializes in generating recipes, Italian recipes, so you are uh, required to give them with some prompts which will help it to train the model and configure it according to your JSON file. You need a JSON file that needs to be uploaded. Okay. And the JSON file needs to contain the prompt. For example, I want to uh, provide a prompt that what are the ingredients of a Italian pizza or something similar. So all those recipes, all those questions which you expect the user to ask, you need to enter it on that JSON file and upload it. Okay. Then it will be training the model based on your question, and that model will be hosted on your cloud service provider like Streamlit or even in Google Colab. Okay. Then, so we have just one option, one Gemini 1.5 for tuning. So these are the advanced options. So this is while training. So Gemini 1.5 or Gemini in general is an AI model already created. Okay. If you want it to act like your own model, then as mentioned here, you need to provide it with a structured prompt. Okay. So there is already created AI model. You just need to train it more according to your questions and your data structure. Okay. If I want to create it as a model which is able to analyze system hardware configurations, then I need to provide it with the details of system hardware requirements configurations so that whenever a person having a doubt with system hardware issues or something similar, so that will be able to answer the question. Okay. Data source. Okay. Here you would be able to select, for example, news headline, or you can upload a JSON file, or if you already have your structured prompts, then you can select it from choose from existing prompt or samples. Okay. Can tune it. And after that, you would be able to get the code and deploy it. Now we are going to see how we can deploy our own model. First things first, you just need to create an API key. Now, API key is very, very sensitive. So because of that reason, it is essential to not share it with anyone in any case. Okay. You need to have a project, and under that project, an API key will be generated. Okay. Here you can refer to the quick start guide. Just need to have one developer account with one project, and you need to simply create API key. Okay. Here, this is one sample code. Need to click on create API key and it will be created. Okay. You need to enter that API key into your hosting provider. Okay. Just 1 second. Let me check if I have it handy. So like this, in your developer account, it will be present. Credentials, metrics, systems and limits and costs. Okay. So in credentials, you are going to create the credentials, and it depends. If you're using some third-party application for deployment, then the token requirement is there, like Hugging Face or GitHub. If you're deploying on Streamlit settings, then there is no such requirement. This is Streamlit. Click on Deploy on Community Cloud. Get started. Create an app. Templates. There are already many templates present here, but I'll select Easy AI Tech. I'm selecting a blank template. Deploy. You'll need to open GitHub. You can also manage app from here. So here the application is created. Now what we are required to do is to open GitHub, then go to Easy AI Tech. I'll provide you with the code, sample code on the resources section. This is a sample code. Now, there is one line of code, ever easy AI. You can edit it according to yourself, like custom AI model. Create your own today. Okay. Then commit changes. Then there is requirements text. Okay. There's Streamlit along with Google Generative AI. Two models are required. Streamlit and add one Google Generative AI. That's it. Commit. Now it will get loaded. Here in the settings, you need to add an API key. Secrets. Now API key is what you need to get from here. You need to get API key. Once you click on get API key, you will get the API key. Now, as mentioned, it is very sensitive and it can be misused. That's why I'm not going to show it on my screen. I am going to show you directly after entering it into the secrets. Here you need to enter Google API key equal to this, and you need to enter the key which you got from here. Okay, let me check. Streamlit. When we click on get API key, then create API key, it will ask for the project. You can select a project and click on create API key. So the API key will be created. What needs to be entered here? Okay, and then you need to save the changes. Okay, so I've clicked on create and saved the model. Now, as you can see, uh, after entering two models, Streamlit Google Generative AI in requirement, and entering the sample prompt which we got from our other project, I'll enlist this particular code in the resources section. You can get it. It's a basic code. Here, as we have created our custom model, okay, now we can just give a sample prompt and click on generate response, and the response will be generated. So running, you can write best things to do in 2025. Enter. So as you can see, we have our own AI model and it's a fine-tuned model. Okay. It was created according to our own commands. Okay. So that was it. This is what is required in order to create your own model without knowing any coding language. Hope you have understood this session. Thank you for watching.